I will tell you a story. It is a quiet and strange story. It comes from a place in the high desert of Utah. The place is called Skinwalker Ranch. Some people know it by its older name, the Sherman Ranch. Others simply call it Skinwalker. The name itself feels ancient. It sounds like a quiet warning whispered across time. The story is full of odd things that do not fit our understanding of the world. It is a story that has made people curious and sometimes fearful for many years. We must approach such places with a calm mind, ready to observe what the land reveals. The ranch lies in a basin. The land is wide and empty. There are low, rugged hills and a vast, open sky. The sunlight can be very bright during the day, making the shadows sharp and dark. The nights can be profoundly dark, far from the lights of any city. It is a perfect place for watching the stars in the heavens. It is also, as many have reported, a place for strange lights that are not stars. It is a place where the deep silence is broken by unexplained sounds and a sense of being watched. One feels the weight of history here, a history that is not entirely human. Long ago, before the first settlers arrived, Native American tribes knew this land intimately. They had stories about this particular area. Their stories spoke of powerful spirits and strange creatures. The very word skinwalker comes from the Navajo language. It describes a type of malevolent witch that has the ability to change its shape. These stories are very old. They were not told for entertainment. They were passed down as warnings to be careful, to show respect, and to avoid certain places where the veil between worlds is thin. Today, those old words meet a new and modern kind of story, one told with cameras and scientific instruments. In this place, the old and the new seem to collide. The ancient tales of shapeshifters and portals now exist alongside reports of advanced technology and unidentified aerial phenomena. It is a place where one person might see a large, wolf-like creature with glowing eyes, and another might record a silent, triangular craft hovering in the sky. It is this combination of the ancient and the futuristic that makes the ranch so compelling. Skinwalker Ranch is located in Winter County in northeastern Utah. It covers about 512 acres of desert terrain. Winter Basin, a hotspot for unusual sightings for more than a century. The ranch itself looks ordinary. Houses, barns, corrals for livestock. A long ridge runs through the property. People call it Skinwalker Ridge. The land appears peaceful at first glance, but history tells a different story. The land seems to hold a memory of what has happened upon it. Ownership history is a key part of the tale. Before the 1990s, the property passed through several hands. The experiences of the Sherman family are the foundation of the Skinwalker Ranch legend. Their story is deeply unsettling because they were an ordinary family. They were not looking for trouble or fame. Shortly after they moved in, the strange events began. One of the first things they noticed were large, unidentified flying objects. Terry Sherman reported seeing a silent, triangular craft the size of a football field hovering low over his property. He also saw smaller, orb-like lights that would dart around the sky at impossible speeds. These were not airplanes or helicopters. The family's cattle also suffered terribly. This was perhaps the most disturbing part of their experience. They found several of their cows dead in the fields. The deaths were not normal. One of the most famous eyewitness stories from the Sherman era involves a very large and unusual creature. One day, Terry Sherman saw what he first thought was a wolf. It was much larger than any normal wolf, and it had bright, glowing red eyes. It calmly walked up to one of his calves and attacked. Mr. Sherman shot the creature several times with a high-powered rifle. The bullets had no effect. The beast did not even flinch. After a few moments, it simply turned and walked away. Terry followed its tracks. The tracks just stopped, as if the creature had vanished into thin air. After 2 years of such events, the family could take no more. They sold the ranch and left. Section 4. The scientists and the soldiers arrive. When Robert Bigelow bought the ranch in 1996, a new chapter began, era of funded scientific investigation. Mr. Bigelow created the National Institute for Discovery Science, NIDS. The team was led by biochemist Dr. Colm Kelleher. They were not amateur ghost hunters. NIDS included physicists. NIDS included engineers. NIDS included veterinarians. They installed 24-hour surveillance, cameras, infrared sensors, magnetometers, radiation detectors, to capture hard, empirical data, to move the story from anecdote to evidence. The ranch became an outdoor laboratory. The scientists themselves became witnesses. Dr. Kelleher co-authored Hunt for the Skinwalker with George Knapp. The book detailed the NIDS team's findings. Rumored US government interest. After NIDS, the story goes that the military became involved. From around 2008 to 2012, a secretive program was allegedly based at the ranch. The program, Advanced Aerospace Weapons System Applications Program, AAWSAP, funded by the Defense Intelligence Agency, reportedly run by Bigelow Aerospace Advanced Space Studies, BAS. This suggests the government took the events seriously. The S4 era adds a layer of deep mystery. Official purpose: study unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs. Skinwalker Ranch was seen as a living laboratory for frequent observation. Military and intelligence involvement makes people nervous. It raises questions about what they might have found. It leads to theories that the truth is being hidden. The government has acknowledged the program, but the full findings remain classified. The soldiers, like the scientists, left with more questions than answers. Section 5. Evidence, artifacts, and persistent anomalies. Over the years, a collection of evidence has been gathered. It includes photographs, it includes videos. Some videos show small, fast-moving orbs of light. Other images capture dark, solid shapes that appear and disappear. There are audio recordings of strange sounds, disembodied voices the Shermans heard, and deep mechanical grinding from underground. Brandon Fugel has a team documenting these things. They use high-speed cameras, they use advanced sensors. Some of the most compelling evidence is physical. Investigators reported finding strange metal fragments on the property. Close up, fragments analysed showing unusual isotopic ratios. There are many reports of strange effects on the human body: headaches, nausea, disorientation, odd burns, even temporary paralysis, documented by medical doctors. These effects suggest an energy field interacting with the human body. Another persistent anomaly is strange behavior of electronics. Fully charged batteries drain in seconds. Sophisticated gear malfunctions. This is common when unusual events occur. It is as if the phenomenon has an intelligence that interferes when it is watched. The team has used ground-penetrating radar. They found evidence of non-natural structures deep underground. They have conducted drilling experiments. A drill bit was damaged about 50 feet down by something incredibly hard. When they tried to investigate further, equipment was affected by a strange energy field. These findings suggest the source may not be in the sky. It may be inside the Earth itself. The ranch may be a place where something from below comes to the surface. The evidence points in many directions at once. In 2016, the ranch changed hands again. Purchased by Brandon Fugel, a Utah real estate developer, current owner, who assembled his own team and allowed cameras onto the property, bringing the story to a global audience. Section 6. The Doubters and the Difficult Questions. Of course, not everyone is convinced that something paranormal is happening at the ranch. There are many skeptics. They offer more ordinary explanations for the events. They are an important part of the conversation. They remind us to be careful and to demand strong proof. Skeptics suggest that the strange lights in the sky could be airplanes from nearby military bases, satellites, meteors. They argue the human eye is not always reliable, especially at night in the desert. Car headlights from a distant road can also create strange effects. Skeptics question animal mutilations, pointing to predators and scavengers, coyotes and birds, creating wounds that can look surgical. They note blood can settle to the lowest part of a carcass, giving the illusion it was drained. They argue stress and fear could have caused misinterpretation. Minds find patterns where none exist. Fear can make a shadow look like a monster. This is the cautious, rational view. Electronics fail in deserts from dust, heat, faulty wiring, or user error. Skeptics demand repeatable experiments. One drained battery could be coincidence. Science asks for control and repeatability. The problem is, the phenomena are unpredictable. They do not happen on command. Media fame, books, television, tourism, creates motive for exaggeration. Skeptics ask for independent evidence, free of financial stakes. These are fair questions. Truth must withstand scrutiny. Section 7. A final lingering thought. The story of Skinwalker Ranch is more than just a collection of strange events. It speaks to a deep and ancient human curiosity. We have always looked up and wondered if we are alone, and told stories about the dark woods and what might live there. The ranch is a modern campfire tale, told now with spectrum analyzers and thermal imagers. It is a place where myth and science have been forced to meet. The land sits like a quiet question mark. It does not scream its secrets. It waits. We hold images, a silent light, a shape with glowing eyes, a family locking doors, scientists staring at dead screens, people arguing about truth. Between wonder and skepticism lies patience and humility. So I ask you this, quietly. Is the universe simpler than the ranch suggests, or far stranger than we dare imagine?